Hey YouTube, Jake Kilroy here, back for a little Shop ADHD number 21. Got some good news and some bad news. We just followed my second video on the Powermatic restoration. That was about half of the video and I lost the other half. So anyway, bummer. I made a new split cotter, I bored, I got it all working and worked great. And anyway, the good news is the gentleman that I did the work for is a bit of a woodchuck, and he, besides compensating me in a numerical manner, also gave me some good stuff. Beautiful little Starrett mic here. It's 436 RL, 1 inch, virtually unused. I don't know how old it is. They don't put any dates on the boxes, but it's a beauty. He also gave me these copper sheets. A bunch of these. I believe these are copper. They might be brass, but I believe they're copper. And there's about 6 of them. They're about a little over an 1/8 of an inch thick. He gave me this big chunk of brass, which is always nice. And what he did that was really, really nice, let me take you down here and show you. Here you go. He rebuilt the box from my latest Greenfield tap and die acquisition. He replaced this missing piece here that was just completely gone. He had to completely disassemble the box to put it back together because it was cracked down here. He cleaned up the hardware. All in all, he did a really nice job. So you can real easily see the dividing line. That piece was all gone there. He replaced this here with a piece of finely planed red oak. Anyway, very nice. I very much do appreciate it. He does report, by the way, that the new setup is working great. Pretty straightforward the way we finished that out, and he's using it and he's enjoying it. He even left me this because he says he wasn't going to use it. And I was going to turn it down for him. He said, don't worry about it, but I think I'm going to turn it down for him anyway. And so anyway, what other goodies have I received in the meantime? Got a sticker here. I don't know if you can see that. James Green, Eagle Dust Off. Sent me a sticker for his channel. He also sent me, this is really cool, little manual caliper there. Little they call it the Pocket Executive, and it's stainless. It's pretty neat. It's some old desk swag from UAW. Who knows when that was made? Really neat. Thank you very much, James. I've actually already used this several times. So that's pretty cool. Okay, fellas, so here's the big deal on this this episode. I have a project for you, and I'm going to show you the project. Here's our project. Get you a little close up. It's our new shop cat. we need to come up with a name. I think taking input from the YouTube community makes perfect sense. So the last cat, as many of y'all know, passed here a while back. A kidney failure, about 14 years old. His name was Jackpot. I named him Jackpot because the friend that found him worked at the casino, and because in my mind, when he got found, smaller than this, he had hit the jackpot. This is a female that was rescued from a wild litter by a friend of mine. So there you go. We'll start taking suggestions for names, and then we'll have a little unveiling. So y'all let me have it. Okay, what else is going on? The little booger's gonna climb me in a second. It's gonna hurt. Got some stuff from my buddy Adam down in Pensacola, and want to share it with you. Number one, on the hit parade, we're gonna add to the apron little A-bomb pin to go right in between right next to my Ox Tools pin. So there you go, front and center, buddy. Thank you very much. And going back to Adam is Adam's GoPro mount. That's headed back his way. Let's see. Oh, Zach. Y'all know Zach had a bunch of these T-nuts that don't fit his lathe. I mean, don't fit his mill. They're too big, and but they happen to fit the Kearney Trekker. So he sent them to me. So thank you very much, Zach. Very, very nice. It's kind of an odd size. What else is going on here? You hear that? Driving me nuts. And I do this to myself on purpose. Ouch. This is like people that have 5 and 6 kids. I'm assuming it's not accidental. How do you do this? Oh, something else from Adam. Yes, indeedy. This is going in the glass of the shop door. That is where this is going to go. that is intimidating. Hold on just a second. Here you go. Do my best A-bomb. Oh, excuse me, I can't smile. It's impossible. Okay. By the way, this is the wrench for your drawbar in a 50 tipper machine. So Adam, you're going to need one of these. It's a 1 5/8 wrench, also marked very nicely with 41.2 millimeters. But you will need one of these for your machine as well. Okay, fellas, I've been getting a lot of requests to do more cutting with the Suburban Tool fly cutter. Cut cast iron, everybody's seen the finish on cast iron, it's great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut some aluminum, then we're going to cut some steel. Got the same insert in here. Got them in pieces of 60-61, about 6 inches wide, 5 to 6 inches wide, flat bar. Got my RPM set to 720. We're going to make a pass. I mean, a slight cut, just enough to clean it up. We're going to look at the surface finish. We're going to kick the RPM up. We're going to make another pass, look at the surface finish. We're going to play around with some feeds and speeds and see what really gives us a great finish here. So this is about 3/4 inch plate, so we got plenty to work with. I'll move the cutter in here, and then we're just going to start making chips. Okay, since this is our first pass, we're going to have to touch off, move out, and get our depth of cut, and then we're just going to start hitting it. Again, this is 720 RPM. There we go, we're going to call that 0. Dial in 25. And we got the surface here is covered in WD-40. My standard aluminum cutter, cutting fluid. And now we're going to hit it. Oh, and we're feeding it. We're going to start off at say 7.5 inches a minute. Let's take a look at our results here. I think we might be feeding a little fast for this speed. It might be rubbing a little bit. Now that looks pretty good. So we're just going to go ahead and cut the whole piece at that speed right there. That's set up 720 RPM, 7.5 inches a minute. Here you are, 720 RPM, 7.5 inches a minute feed. I can tell you this by looking at it right here. Feeds too fast. Hello. Feeds too fast. So we're gonna put it back in, and we're gonna slow that feed down. Alright, boys and girls, I cut the size of this down a little bit just to make this a little faster. I wanted to bring up here with that last cut where I was saying I thought I had a little too much feed. It raised a little burr here on the backside. I don't know if that's from the feed or from my depth of cut, but it raised a burr on this backside, not on the entrance side, but on the backside. So we're going to pay attention to that right now. We're going to decrease our feed down to 5.3 inches a minute. We're going to leave the RPM at 720, and we're going to make another cut here. Pile and chips up about 6 feet away in a nice little pile. There's that feed block again, my bad. Alright, that was a decent cut, but I still get the feeling that it's feeding a little fast. So this will be the last one we do at 720. We're going to slow the feed down to 3.7 inches a minute. And same depth of cut, 10 thou. Let's let her rip. And it's not breaking as clean a chip. With this slower feed, it's making a longer, stringier chip. But we'll let it go and see what the surface finish looks like. Okay, fellas, we're gonna kick the RPM up here. We're back. We're still doing aluminum. We're going to kick it up to about 1100. This is like 1072 RPM. Suburban Tool does suggest that you never run this cutter at over 1200 RPM on an unguarded machine. And if Suburban Tool says it's not a good idea, well, that's good enough for me. And this is the highest speed I can run this at without going over that mark. So again, we're gonna go the opposite direction here. We're gonna start off with the slow. We're gonna start off with say 3.1 inches a minute, 10 thousandths cut, 1072 RPM. Oh, and by the way, I did go over the cutter and tighten up all of the bolts, all of the hardware before I let this thing fly at 1000 RPM. Well, this is interesting. I wasn't actually taking enough cut. Must have got a chip up under here, and wasn't taking enough cut to flatten the piece off. But it's pretty obvious to me that this thing likes the speed and doesn't like the feed. So this is 1072 RPM. 3.1 inches a minute. 1072 3.1. Looks pretty darn good. This is a real good setting for me. Is a nice compromise between length of the time it takes to do the operation and quality of the finish. So can't complain about this. Okay, fellas, there we go. I've cut some aluminum with the Suburban Tool cutter, fine piece of equipment. It likes, with aluminum at least, it likes speed and a fairly slow feed. You know, I was running that. I was cutting about a 7-inch radius. I was cutting there with a 3.7-inch increment feed at 720 RPM. It was still cutting a decent chip. I mean, it was starting to get kind of stringy. At 1,000 RPM, 3.1 inches a minute. It was breaking the chip okay. It wasn't making little chips, but it left us with this, you know, wonderful finish. We need a name for this little critter. I am going to cast a vote for Tool Bit. Or some famous mountain climber, because this little thing will climb in a second. We're going to do some steel in the next video. I'd like to thank everybody for all the stuff that they sent, all the correspondence, all of the emails. Sorry that I've been kind of slower on producing videos. Been real busy at work. This week shouldn't be quite as bad, and next couple of weeks, so hopefully I can get back in the shop and get some projects done. And let's see what else. Ouch. I really should have rescued a full-size cat. Been watching Adam's videos, Tom's videos. Tom's been working on redoing that inner pack toe jack that he bought, which is similar to mine, same model as mine. I catted him up and sent him a bunch of dimensions. And that's I think he's going about the project in a very good way, and it is a pretty basic design when you break it down. You don't have to have all the intricacies. So if you want to reproduce it, it's totally doable. And if anybody wants access to the CAD drawings that I did for Tom, just drop me an email, and I'll be glad to send you a copy, and we can go from there. So let the name suggestions for the cat commence. What we're going to do is I'm going to take all the names that are suggested and I'm going to tally them all up. Then we will take like the top 5 or 10 and we'll do a poll. And then we'll whichever polled gets number 1. That's going to be the cat's name, and my name suggestion is Toolbit. But you know, whatever you guys come up with, that's what we come up with. Oh. Ouch, ouch, ouch. God, you monster. There you go. Give you a little look, little personality check there. My finger. Y'all be safe in the shop, and I'll be back with you soon.